Come on. There we go. Okay.
Hello,
Yeah,
folks.
we are live now, but we're going to give a little bit of time for people to get online with us. And
Did you put in a notice that we were broadcasting tonight?
I forgot.
No.
So
Okay.
we might not have anybody.
Might not. Hopefully we'll at least have Rita.
I hope so.
Rita's our rock.
Yes, she is. And she's our first Patreon. First and only Patreon.
First sounded better.
Yeah, first Patreon. We'll just say that. Nope, we got one watcher. Probably Rita. Hello. Well, we're gonna pay a couple more minutes to let hopefully Jack will jump on. We got two watchers now according to this. Hopefully one of them's not Jack. Can you message Jack? Hello, Jack.
Come in, Jack.
Oh, did I put the invitation on the wrong spot? Let me see. Yeah, I think I sent it to the wrong one. Sorry, everybody. Just be slightly patient, please.
Is there more than one, everybody?
There's at least 2 people watching.
Hello, 2 people.
4 people now. Cool. Yep. Jenny Lynn Shaver, Mick Ryder. Hello. Yes, we're just going to give a couple more minutes to see if Jack will jump on, and then we'll officially get started.
I've been watching Danny.
There he is. I think he was probably invitation that I messed up into the wrong place. Hey, Kitty's on, or Kristen's on. There we go. There's Jack. Hello, Jack.
Hey, Miss Kitty. I guess you're tuning in because you're not working fair anymore, and you've got a little.
Hey, if you want to join us, just say so.
There we go.
All right. Well, finally, Jack is with us. Sorry about that. I think I sent the invitation to the wrong feed on you, Jack. Hello, Rita.
Hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm cooking some wonderful dino meat downstairs. I'm just kind of taking my time here.
Okay. All right. Well, pretty much you have found the Texas Steampunk Connection. Once again, we are finally back on the air after a couple of mishaps. Well, actually, we went 2 weeks ago, so we're back on schedule, sort of.
No, we'll be back on schedule next week.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, or we could just stick with this schedule every 2 weeks from here.
No.
No. Okay.
Work for me.
You like the other weeks, huh?
Well, see what my work schedule. Every other week, I get Wednesday off, which would be the day after we do the program.
Okay.
So you
and I need a day to recover from doing the program.
Oh, so. I didn't realize this was such a burden. My bad.
Oh.
He pre-games and he post-games. That's what happens.
No worries. All right, then. Once again, I am Flavio, a.k.a. Dammit Flavio. Every once in a while, Major Dammit Flavio. With me, of course, is Thax, the Gentleman Adventurer, and Jack from Steam Chest. Thank you and welcome, everybody. First off, I think the first thing I want to say is thank you, Rita, for being our first Patreon.
Woo! And Lawrence.
She was on it. I mean, almost instantaneously after we announced it. Boom.
Rita and Lawrence are our official biggest fans. Yes. And we very much appreciate it.
We have fans.
So once again, thank you very much. Thank you. We very much appreciate it. And we will eventually start making content for you.
Yes, we got to have Patreon content coming soon as soon as we make that.
Yes.
So we'll figure out what that content's going to be.
And we'll make it up to you.
But until then, you're here with us right now.
Yes, we are. We are all here. We have several listeners, and we are all here. Nicole has been really busy with life. I'm not sure exactly what, but none of our business. She will join us when she can. So we're just going to jump right into the podcast within the podcast of what are you drinking now? I'm going to start with mine. I found this at HEB. It's really funny. It's a 903 Brewers milkshake and fries.
What?
The man, there's a picture of a man. He's kind of looks like pretending to be like Wendy from Wendy's. And it's called milkshake and fries from Milwaukee.
The bearded lady.
It's a milk stout brewed with chocolate soft serve and sea salt.
Oh,
Okay, but not potato.
Not potato, apparently.
I'm kind of surprised that I've not seen a potato beer yet.
It's nice and dark, like I like it. Let's
Looks
see.
good.
Here it goes down.
maybe they keep accidentally making vodka.
Last stout you had, you hated. So
Okay, it's not bad. I like it. It definitely has a flavor to it. I'm not sure I'm tasting fries.
that's probably good. I mean, that was just salt, right?
Yeah, probably just a salt. It's not thick enough to be a milkshake either, but it's not bad. I like it.
Is it creamy like a milk stout should be?
I've had creamier milk stouts. I think it's the sea salt's probably cutting into the cream, but it is 10.7% alcohol.
It's gonna be a good night.
Yeah,
Right. That's a good one. Whew, okay, well that was my drink. What are you drinking, Jack? He's sighing with resignation. Just something small, something normal.
something fairly normal.
What is that?
Oh,
What light? Oh my God! That's it. I'm kicking you off the stream.
The key is it has the lime in it. This is the one Bud Light thing I drink. And
you know why they put lime in beer, right?
to kill me,
cover
I'm
up.
sure.
To cover up how skunky the beer is.
Right.
And when the Budweiser people are doing it for you, they're just admitting it.
It's
We have a
fine.
skunky beer.
It's fine. What's wrong with a skunky beer, dude? I'm a raccoon. And anytime anyone just thinks I should be a cartoon character, it's a raccoon. The skunk's not that far off. I am a trash panda. My character is a literal trash panda.
Okay,
I
you
drink
heard it here,
trash
folks.
Panda beer. Brought to you.
Okay,
by
somebody,
Bud Light.
somebody, any artist friends of ours, draw Jack as a trash panda
Oh.
or a potato bear. Sorry, Jenny, you mean beer? I know.
I'm a potato bear. That's my spirit animal right there.
But okay, so that was that. We're just gonna move on.
Podcast.
Yeah. Well, no, we still have facts. What are you drinking, gentleman adventurer?
Well, 2 weeks ago, roughly, I had my first outing to I don't know, it was a brewery. I think it was just a beer micro pub thing with a friend, and she went on and on about her love of IPAs.
Oh my God!
I had grown to avoid IPAs because there's the tendency in Austin, the local breweries, it seemed
Over
like
hops.
was to just hop the living F out of it to cover up any sins that they made. Kind of like putting lime in.
Get on to me about putting lime in my beer.
Well, that's why I don't. That's why I don't drink IPAs. I mean, some of them even brag about it and say double IPA and triple IPA.
Woo.
I like triple IPA.
Too much hops. Anyway, so we interrupt there. Go ahead, Dax.
So I took a couple of notes from her. She said to look for this or that. So I tried, and I got Firestone Walker Brewing Company out of California. Their Mind Haze IPA. And any reference to haze or hazy is apparently a kind of hop
Okay.
with certain flavor notes, and so I thought I'd give it a new shot. It's looks like unfiltered. It looks like something that's already passed this once, but I'm gonna give it.
Is this your first sip?
So it does have the flavor of an IPA of a hop.
Mm-hmm.
It's not nearly as strong as I would expect. I I would expect something like this to be just a pale ale. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it. It's not really over the top, and it finishes very clean. I don't get that bitter, thing that sits in your mouth
taste
after you're done that you have to wash out of your mouth with another swig of beer. So this is pretty good.
Huh.
And you're drinking it out of a glass skull, right?
And I'm drinking it out of a glass skull, which I got from AliExpress all the way from China.
Okay.
But this is pretty good. This is if you didn't like IPAs or you were thinking about giving one a second shot or try something new, this might not be bad. I like it. Pretty good.
I'll probably pass on it, but if I'm ever invited over to your house again for just hanging out and you have the beer fridge, I might give it a try if you have one.
Yeah, you do not like hops at all.
I know, I do not. But anyway, so that ends the podcast, and thank you very much. We're moving on. So I guess one of the big announcements that just happened, I saw yesterday, was Steampunk November is happening. Yes, tickets are on sale now. They're also taking vendor applications, so they are raring to go.
Yeah, I may need to look into vendor application.
Yeah. What are you gonna? Oh yeah, your Steam chest, of course.
Steam chest. Yeah, and I'm sure that after missing a year last year, they really probably need the business.
I'm
as every
that,
vendor there is going to need the business. So.
Double admissions is what I'm hoping for. I want one of the largest years of Steampunk November ever. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I still haven't bought my ticket yet, but I am planning to soon.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a couple more people wrapped up in ours so we can all I don't know. I'm looking at how we're gonna do hotels and stuff too.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. Well, I already know what hotel I'm gonna stay at because of my job. I have points and all that stuff, so I can get a couple free nights.
Which one are you looking at doing?
The Comfort Inn.
Comfort Inn, is that the one that sits right next to the Holiday Inn Express?
Yep.
Like in Alvarado, Texas. That's the one I stay in.
Not Alvarado. It's the other direction.
Other direction. Oh, okay. Because I think there's a Comfort Inn in Alvarado, Texas, and it's like perfectly positioned. Because there's like I think there's a Comfort Inn or like I don't know. It's another one, and there's the other one, and like right in front of it's this little tiny shopping center, and it's got like a Chinese food restaurant and a liquor store and like a burger joint. And so it's
that's better situated than the one I stay at because usually there's nothing around the one I'm at.
And every year they built up more around it, so that's the one I like to stay at, guys. It's cheap.
I'll look into that one then because it's I like
hotels in Alvarado, Texas.
But the one Flavio stays in is like 7 minutes from the.
Yeah, it's literally down the road.
Which is really nice.
Huh. When did they?
But the food around there is slim and hard to find.
Yeah, there's not much there. There's a Walmart a mile up the street.
Yeah, I really like the Holiday Inn Express. They got a decent breakfast, so you can just go down there, and usually you run into all sorts of. We actually ran into a lot of the performers there. We've had some interesting conversations in the morning with the performers before going out to the.
The Comfort Inn also offers breakfast in the mornings as well. So
yeah, but do they have a pancake press?
Sometimes they have a waffle press.
This one has like a little printer, and it like 3D prints waffles and 3D pancakes.
Okay, that's cool.
And it like has this machine that machinations it out and it cooks it, and then has like a sweeper thing that puts in a little like conveyor belt. I'm like, that's
pretty funny.
Only if it was steam powered, then it'd be like,
right, perfect.
It's a steam powered printer for pancakes.
I mean, well, the only reason I'm picking the Comfort Inn is because, like I said, I can probably get a couple free nights. Yeah, and I can spend the points to get free nights. Excuse me. So I'll look at the Alvarado. I'll talk to you later about it because if that one has more food around it, that's probably one I'll go to.
There's a lot of food. I think there's even like a Whataburger next to it if you're into that.
Oh, Whataburger is even better because they're open 24 hours usually.
Yeah, it takes about 24 hours to get your food, but you know.
Okay. Wow.
Shots fired.
Wow.
Like I love their food, like their chicken sandwich is like, or was it their chicken fried steak sandwich or something like that? Oh man, it's good, but it takes about as long to cook a regular one. But anyway, moving on.
Yes,
Steampunk
so we
November.
are all planning to be in Steampunk November. I'm only going to go as a guest. Looks like Jack will be there as a vendor.
Maybe I might be going
Maybe.
as a guest, handing out lots of cards. We'll probably hell. I would almost like to do like live streaming of some of the event.
We can do that.
Thing.
We have plans. We can make plans to do something there. Get ourselves noticed even more so.
A big banner, like a green screen. We track around behind us.
Well,
yeah.
as I think we've discussed here before, we tried to do that a couple years ago.
Yeah,
and we had a booth, but of course they expect someone to stay in the booth the whole time they're open.
Yeah,
and we're just not that entertaining for that long.
Yeah.
So we ended up just sitting there, babysitting an empty booth.
Well, I think also we need to look at, if we were going to do a booth, it'd be an information booth. They're different than a vending booth, and it's based. I think they had a deal about that. That's a little different.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And it may not have been doing it that year that way. Yeah. I know they've done it like prior, and I don't know if it really worked out. I'm just thinking about maybe going and like setting up a permanent location in the bar and just sitting down and just like, sit there, like have my cards or whatever, and just that's my permanent location now.
Yeah, I have the tape. I have the Texas Steampunk Connection table runner that we can put down somewhere.
Perfect.
Hey, you're blurry. Man, this beer is strong. I was like,
whoa.
And in case we didn't mention it, Airship Blackwell with the Shavers, Jenny Lynn Shaver and Ryan Shaver will be vending there. See if they've announced that.
Nice.
She just offered us a table at her booth, so thank you very much. We'll consider everything.
Nice.
We might, we'll hang out with you for a while.
Yeah.
See, that's the one thing I like about Steampunk November is it's a steampunk as a steampunk vendor, it is a wonderful place to go as a steampunk vendor to go see other people's vendors, other vendors, especially for someone who does what I do, which is try to put stuff in a box that goes to other steampunks. So 90% of the time, I don't actually make money having a vending place there because I'm usually just scouting out stuff for the next 12 months.
Yeah, so, you're walking around talking to the other vendors.
I'm handing out cards, being all weird, and here's my card. But it's fun. I enjoy it a lot, and I want to do more photography and video work. So, but anyway. I don't know if we know what the music's going to be yet. I haven't even seen a track for it. Do we know?
They don't even know yet.
They probably don't know yet.
I have a special guest.
They just made the announcement yesterday that they're going to be happening. So
I have a special guest. He was going to be here tonight, but work's being annoying, and he won't be able to do it. So next time, and I told him 2 weeks from now, so we'll have to update and say, hey, we're trying to get back on a regular schedule. We'll try next week. But we're actually going to try to get Shane Richmond on here. And he's the guy who runs the event, and so he'll know everything. Or
it's like his property and everything, right?
Yeah, it's his property.
Didn't it start off as his birthday party?
Something like that.
That's the rumor. That's the story I always heard.
His Facebook page, and then click his link because he has like his entire resume on there of everything he's ever done. He's like been in Renaissance festivals for like 10 plus years. He's done fencing. He's done blacksmithing. It's like he's this Renaissance man in the flesh from the Renaissance. And he just decided he wants to do Steampunk Renaissance Festival and basically kind of started it. It was I think it was like a New Year's party, and then it turned into that's like a New Year's and they still do New Year's parties. And then I think before Steampunk November, they actually have like a writers conference there where they bring out a bunch of people who are writing books. Any writer can come attend. And they have blacksmiths. They have equestrian people show up with gear and horses. They have guys who load cannons. They have a whole bunch of the reenactors come out and they show them all like the actions and things. So when people are writing books in alternate or fictional history or regular history books, they know what you actually do. The hand movements, how you actually load the guns, the movements of people that are doing the things you're trying to write about. And so I've always wanted to go to that just because I'm so interested in I want to be a writer. It doesn't work out too well.
You want to be a writer, you want to be a videographer, you got a lot of stuff on your plate. You do like 20 jobs. When do you have time for everything?
I'm also a YouTuber on the side, doing a podcast and having 2 other jobs on top of a freaking steampunk box. Yeah, no, I'm way
Your wife and kid must miss you.
Yeah, they do. I got to pay
now
for
we're gonna
college.
Yeah, and then we got to start doing steampunk adventures for our Patreon. You know,
I'm looking forward to that taking over one of my other things and just chunking that other one out the door. I'm like, oh my
and look, we have a surprise guest joining us.
Oh,
It's
what?
Kitty.
Oh, hi. I don't actually think we've ever been on the same channel at the same time.
I don't think so. No.
I'm Jack.
No,
How are you?
she was one of the
Hey,
times she
Jack.
replaced you because you weren't able to make it. So I got a much better looking
replacement. Well, she looks like she could take it. I don't really. Yeah, I don't really bring that much to the thing except wit and sarcasm.
I mean, there's,
We also have the same. We have flags. I mean, I can see why you'd think she'd be a good replacement for me. We already have the same decor. I mean, she needs a wanted poster, but that's to
I
come.
don't have a wanted poster, but I do have skulls. So
We can make you a wanted poster.
I have a skull.
and you're drinking out of a skull.
Ah.
So
I just
Kitty,
have
I mean, have you filled out your vendor application for Steampunk November?
I have the tab open. I haven't filled it out yet.
She's doing it. She's doing it right now.
She's ahead of us, boys.
I have to figure out the logistics of doing 2 events at once
Oh,
because I'm going to be selling at Texas Renaissance Festival too. So
Oh, yeah.
Well, luckily, the Steampunk November is just one weekend, not the entire
it is.
thing.
It is. Jenny, I need to talk to you.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Like, yeah, I noticed that you were at Scarsboro this year and did not go to
Sherwood.
To Sherwood.
Sherwood. Yeah.
That's the 2 overlapping except for like 1 weekend each. Couldn't do it. So
Yeah, that's understandable. And Scarsboro definitely the bigger of the 2. So
well, it was my first year doing the shop
That too.
at Scarborough, and so it was all right. If I'm doing this for the first time, I have to actually be there.
that would make sense.
So, was there talk about Scarborough and Sherwood being at war?
They're always at
There
war.
seems to be some drama going on there. I don't know.
Seem to be this struggle about when one ends and when the next begins, and if
Right.
they overlap, then vendors leave one to go to the other, and it's been uncomfortable, I'm guessing. But boy, this year they just like, hell with you.
Well, the whole thing about this year is that they were trying to allow for people to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
That's why
I
Sherwood
get
delayed.
that. But in the end, you can only be in one place at a time.
Yes. Yeah. Which makes it interesting.
Yep.
It will be
Yeah.
fun next year.
That's really like, all right.
So Sherwood's going to stay at this time because it moved because of COVID last time, or
Right.
And so is it going to stay where it is, or does it go back to its normal time?
It's going to go back to normal time,
Okay.
but not the original time, because
Oh.
originally it was February and March,
We have
and now
it
it's
already.
March and April. So they're going to
Okay.
stick with March and April.
Oh,
Okay,
no. Why would
do
you
the
do
same
that? It's
thing.
raining more now. Like
Doesn't
there's
that
so many
overlap
weekends.
I sell more capes in the rain.
Well, there's that. See, I have a side
Yeah.
job. I'm working outdoors for a local resort, and we do we do equestrian horse riding and whatnot. So I'm out throwing saddles at 6 in the morning. After that, I help do the fishing. So I'm a fishing guide, and then after that, I am doing like axe throwing, archery, and shotgun shooting. And so the rain has been a little difficult on everything I want to do in the mornings of Saturday and Sunday. But getting a lot of weeks off all of a sudden too. I'm like, oh my god, it's nice. This is what it feels like to be like employed.
That's right. You work on the weekends. That's going to make it hard for us to do Steampunk Adventures.
I am looking at bowing out more and more for this because my other job is finally picking up the slack more. So
Okay.
yeah,
We'll have to discuss that because, like, as you know,
shenanigans
we'll discuss. We'll discuss. Yeah, we'll have to make plans. We'll make that off screen.
But anyway,
So how was your first year at Scarsboro,
yeah.
Kitty? Did you do well?
Yes.
Remember,
Awesome.
people might be watching.
Yeah. Stupidly, yes. We did amazingly well.
Awesome. That's good to hear.
You posted daily pictures on your personal social media,
Yeah.
and you just look tired all the time.
I mean, that's just my state of being in general. I usually hide things with makeup, so like
I'm working
I
on the
have
makeup bit. I just grow my beard out longer.
no, I have actually had someone tell me before, you look really tired, and my response was, I've been getting 12 hours of sleep a day. I'm taking a nap in the middle of classes. Like, this is the most sleep I've ever gotten.
I'm having anxiety. That might be a little different than getting all the sleep I need.
Sleep,
Oh,
sleep. I'm not quite sure what that is exactly.
You know that time you close your eyes and you wake up and the clock changes severely? That's technically
No.
sleep.
No, I don't know that.
I mean, there's this thing called REM, which I know I've hit very rarely lately, but I tend to like close my eyes and wake up and I feel like I'm on this weird, like, I feel like I'm on a submarine. Like I have like these shifts. I
Jack.
wake up and I just go to a different job, and I wake up and I go to a different job, and I wake up and I go to a different job.
Yeah, I wake
Maybe
up
you
and I
were
drive.
Yeah.
That whole just time missing and feeling like you're on board a ship. Maybe the aliens took you.
Oh, yeah. Although,
Yeah.
you know, the signs of times that things are really
Hallucinating.
what gets me is like things are so fucked up nowadays that when they actually said that there are real UFOs out there and nobody gave a shit.
No one cared.
I know.
They're like, nah.
Like, we got other problems to worry about right now.
Exactly.
Any other year, any other time, we'd
We
be
would have
all
been like,
like,
oh, wow.
UFOs exist. But there was that one time, I remember as a child, the President Clinton coming out and talking about how they found life on Mars. And it was like this little blip. You can't find that little blip anywhere. It's not on like any news agency. It was like
They
back in
covered
the
it up.
early 90s. It's just like completely gone.
I don't
And
remember that
remember
at all.
specifically, like I'm looking at, like I'm watching it like as a child, like, oh my God, because like Star Wars and Star Trek, everything. That's all I
Life
was.
on Mars.
And
oh my.
Legos. I'm like, Mom, I found life on Mars, and nothing.
CIA buried it.
And yeah, every drone and everything we've sent up there has, if you can actually look on every little device we've ever sent to Mars, what tools and stuff on there, very rarely do they actually ever send anything up there that looks for life. Only like I think the last one. And so I'm like, maybe there is something to this. Maybe
Well, they
already
essentially
know.
have
What's the
a
point of even doing it if we already know.
right. They essentially have a drone up there now, or a little helicopter.
We have
Yeah.
another SUV-sized vehicle running around with a drone, and it
Mhm.
did its 2 or 3 minutes of flying to see if it worked, and it worked very well. So
Mhm.
It also like went off kilter a little bit and had to employ its like stabilization systems and
well, gust
try
of
not
wind,
to crash.
gust of wind happened, which gust
Have
of
you
winds
ever
on
seen
Mars are
drones?
funny.
They're not stable.
No,
What I thought was
one with
cool
no
was
atmosphere.
when the SUV sized lab came down. There was another
The cradle.
vehicle that dropped it by a string, and when it hit the ground, and then that vehicle lifted back off and flew like a mile down the way, and you get to watch it smash into the planet.
Last time we didn't get to watch it crash, but that was actually how we launched the last one, or landed the last one, because we have to have this cradle thing to lower it down. And I will admit that is a brilliantly scary thing to come up with. I used to play Kerbal Space Program a lot, and one of the hardest things was landing on other planets. You're like, cool, I built this little rover. Let's stick it in this box. Let's stick that box on top of a large rocket. Let's stick it on top of a bigger rocket. And then we stick it on top of another big rocket, and we send it to space. And then you get there, and you're staging, and you're like setting up your like all your little orbit things. And you get to the planet, you're like, yeah, I'm here. Crap, how do I get it down? And so then you're like crashing this rocket backwards, trying to flyer it every now and then. And you like get the thing to land, it topples over and it breaks and it busts into a bunch of pieces, and you launch your little rover and it works. Not always. I was very lucky that my rover landed with its wheels like this and this massive cacophony of explosions. But you know, it is a big problem to land something like that.
Yeah.
And there's
Essentially,
actually
you were the precursor to everything that's happening at Boca Chica right now.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that's one of the things I've done.
It just seemed to me that every time human beings are going to go to a new planet, the first thing I want to do is throw a bunch of garbage around.
That's right. Because that's what we do.
But yeah, I mean, there are already aliens on Mars. They're just all robots.
Yes.
Yeah.
A legion of robots on Mars.
Soon they're going to rebel.
It's okay. They can't get here. They're good.
You don't know they can't get here. They can probably build a rocket.
We'll be able to watch them with really large telescopes.
Oh yeah, In the news today, Jeff Bezos is taking his brother in their personal rocket into space.
Yeah, when it's available to, like they're the first. They're going to be the first paid guys to go to space.
What do you mean paid guys?
I know.
They own the rocket.
I know. They're not paying anything, but that was the whole thing. If they basically, when it becomes no longer like, what's the right word for it? Commercial travel, I guess is the right word. When it becomes commercial travel, they're the first two guys. Okay. Which I guess if you're almost a trillionaire, you're going to take your brother to space. That's what you do.
Well, hey, Jenny, actually, it'd be more likely a Dollar General because, trust me, I know there are more Dollar Generals out there than there are Family Dollars, and the Dollar Generals are popping up like weeds.
Oh yeah, their stock is going nuts. By the way,
there's going to be one. That'll be the first building in Mars as a Dollar General, I'm sure.
Right next to a 7-Eleven and a Sonic.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, because I have to put I do the anti-shoplifting equipment, and we put them in the Dollar Generals, and I am always putting one in a Dollar General.
I have been closely watching their stock, and it has done nothing. Most stocks usually have recovered from the dip at the beginning of COVID. They didn't really have. They have recovered way more than a lot of people, and I wish I'd saw that. But they've been building them, and they basically have figured out wherever Walmart's not going to be. Walmart did a big test to see where, like, the smallest demographic they would put a building. San Angelo, Texas was one of the first places that they actually tried different variants of Walmarts, and then also Ballinger, which has the world's smallest Walmart. And they're going out of business. Well, they're still there, but there's a Dollar General right across the street, basically.
I probably installed it.
In place, like under 1,000 people, there'll be a Dollar General in a small town. Like, that is fantastic.
There are at least 2 in every small town. Trust me, I know. There was one up. There's one in where was it? It was not too far from Austin, but there's a river, and there's a Dollar General on one side of the river, and about 1.5 miles, 2 miles on the other side of the river, across the bridge, I just put another Dollar General in. So I mean,
I was about to say a CVS.
There's a CVS there too.
Oh man.
Yeah. So.
But anyway, yeah. And I know because we also have Family Dollar as a client as well, so I know where the difference in numbers are. I'm installing more Dollar Generals than I am Family Dollars, and I don't know why we're talking about this. It's nowhere remotely steampunk.
No, I think somehow we got here from robots on Mars to Family Dollars and Dollar Generals. So I'm gonna let's start our homework. There we are. There's our tie-in. Rails are steampunk, right?
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and start with our homework. Once again, this is no shock to anybody. I have another comic book. I'm going to share the screen.
Jenny, that's awesome.
Here we go. Sherlock Holmes versus Harry Houdini.
Oh, who's good? Oh man, that's an interesting one. So is it like a show off where like Harry Houdini has to do something so cool that like Sherlock Holmes can't figure it out?
Well, kind of. It started off that way, but then the world's most famous detective meets the world's most famous magician, and death ensues. Famed sleuth Sherlock Holmes and brash showman Harry Houdini must combine forces to defeat a mysterious mystic dedicated to destroying Houdini's career and killing anyone who gets in the way. So basically, yeah, Houdini was in the middle of a performance when someone was murdered on stage.
Dang. That's crazy.
It was a mysterious murder, of course, and of course, then Houdini and Sherlock are in a race to solve it. At first, they're working against each other because they want to show who's better, And of course, Sherlock was always outing Houdini and how he did his tricks and this and that, and Houdini's like, well, no, that's not right. And there was a friendly competition. It was kind of fun. The little banter against each other is like, well, you're not as good as you think you are, and yes, I am, and blah 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 kind of thing. I liked it. It was really enjoyable. The murder was done interesting. There's a surprise. I don't know if I want to give it away. Spoilers. 1, 2, 3.
You want people to read it?
Yeah. And no, I'm not gonna say who the murderer was, but it was somebody. It's somebody else from history.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yes, You got it. Why'd you ruin it for everybody? I said no spoilers.
I'm sorry. I just guessed. I just think the minigun attached to his arm was a giveaway.
Yeah,
Man, you're reaching about to old steampunk there.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, CVS receipts are really long, Jenny. Actually, it's long enough to reach across the street to the Walgreens that they built across the street from the CVS half the time.
Walgreens
Because
does
those
all
guys,
the-
they are in steep competition with each other.
Oh yeah, Walgreens does all the R&D on where they need to put the buildings, and CVS just copycats them.
Yeah, they are always across the street from each other for the most part,
Ah.
or at least down the block. They're really, really close every time. And I have both of those. I put install my system of both of them as well. But anyways, so yes, once again it's written. It's by a company called Dynamite Comics. Well, what we're looking at that's the trade paperback. It's a 5-issue, or you can get the singles for 5 issues. I got lucky. I found the singles at a half price bookstore, but yeah, it was a really fun little story, and it was good. I liked it. It was
Nice.
So I recommend it. I'll put this. Let me make this copy of that, and I'm gonna paste it. So. Boom, and that's what we were looking at. For those of you listening later and not watching, I am looking at the. Well, I'll put the link up on our page later, or you can find it here. So, yeah, I'm just full of. I'm the comic book guy. There are so much comic books out there that are steampunk leaning. It's crazy, you know. And recommend if you're gonna write a steampunk comic, don't call it Steambound. This was crap. Nothing's. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm just on this still.
that was like 3 weeks ago. You were so mad.
Yes, it's bad. It's bad. It's not steampunk. I don't know why they call it Steambound.
Well, it's like, I guess no, that's not even a good. No,
You don't
that's
know,
not
you
a good
didn't read it.
analogy either. No, I'm just like trying to come up with other things that sound like other things that aren't. Like Starbound was a game, and I was confused. But it's a good game, but it doesn't like. But it does have something to do with stars. But you know, but that's
Yeah. I'm gonna keep hounding on that comic. It's crap.
that is your definition of not steampunk right now. So
Right.
let's
Exactly.
glue some gears on it and stick it in the corner.
Man, I don't think Gears would even save this thing.
That's okay. Dax, you want to go next, or shall I? Is that a new dog?
I'm ready to go.
Go for it. That's your dog.
Black is night.
Yes, he's penned his dog.
That's a pupper.
You know, whenever I'm sitting on the other side of the table, my cats are always walking in front of me. But when I'm here, they don't come anywhere near me. I guess they're camera shy. I guess I don't know.
That you're working.
Yeah, apparently.
Wait,
No,
if
I've
they-
never
if they
stopped them
knew you were
before.
working, they'd be in. Yeah, that's true. Never mind. Aw.
So what you
My
got?
girls
What you
are
got for us,
sitting
Dax?
over there.
Okay, here's what I got. Flipping through Amazon Prime it was 2 weeks ago now, because I was ready to talk about this last week. I found a movie that came out in 2014. It's from Russia. In Russian, it was originally released as a movie. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Something in Russian.
B-I-Y.
B-I-Y? B?
It's Cyrillic, so it may not be actually the right letters that you're thinking is making the noise. Yeah.
But thankfully, there's an English version called Forbidden Empire.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you've seen this?
I think so.
So, in the teaser trailer that I saw, it showed.
Oh, wait. Are you sharing? No, you're not. Never mind.
I can share. I can share a picture. Let's see. Click.
Boom.
That one.
It's a good song.
Click, boom. No.
Click, boom. It's a good song. Rage Against the Machine.
No,
I
not
think.
that one. Anyway,
So, okay, continue.
This
We have to talk in order to keep things moving.
right. So the film was it was Russian, and so it was sort of translated in English, and the teaser showed a very Rococo punk sort of style. This guy was riding around in a carriage full of gears and equipments and strange devices, and I said, "Well, this is right up my alley. Let's check
There you
this
go.
out."
Yeah.
So I said, let's give it a shot.
It was an Amazon Prime, correct?
It was at Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Let's see if I can share this now. Click. The browser has blocked my screen. Don't block my screen.
This is riveting, I tell you.
Oh man.
And so I thought I'd give it a try, and it's sort of vaguely steampunk. It was not nearly as steampunk as I wanted it to be, but it was really weird and fun, and I'm not saying it was bad.
You enjoyed it, right?
I did enjoy it, but it is kind of off the wall bonkers as far as plot goes.
I'm intrigued now.
You know how? Do you remember? There was a movie about Vikings and Middle Eastern guy.
The 13th
13th Warrior?
13th Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes, we
the
all know
book
this
that
movie.
is based off of was the
Eater
first
of the Dead, I think.
Eaters of the Dead. First part was based off an original manuscript of the Vikings, and the second part was fantasy. This is kind of like that. They take real historical people and sort of wrote, adjusted and built them into this horror plots, this horror story that was apparently popular in Russia. So,
Okay.
Would it fit kind of in the whole like love, death, and robots idealism?
no, because the Run That's Robots is well thought out and
Okay.
Wow.
easy to follow. And this thing is a little bit all over the place.
Bad editing issue.
The main character is played by Jason Fleming, who is a pretty well-known English actor. He played in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and Snatch, and From Hell, and Lead of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and Curious Case of Benjamin Button. So he's been around, right?
Yeah.
And he's
This
sort
was-
of the Englishman who is taking his scientific contraptions, and he's a map maker, a cartographer, and he is going to scientifically map all of Europe, so that the first highly accurate maps are created. That's his plot. So he's taking this carriage all the way into Cossack Russia. And Charles Dance is in that. The actor who played in Tywin Lannister in Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's not in it a lot. And frankly, I think the movie could have done well to just cut his subplot out. But nevertheless, he's in there.
Okay.
But yeah, so this guy, he's got his carriage of wackadoos, and finds this tiny little, like, dark, mysterious, like, horror show Eastern European town where they basically abduct him, and he gets like thrown through this plot of deaths and demonic things.
It sounds like we need to just watch this movie so we
You
don't
know
have
what?
to explain
I
it.
can't even begin to explain the plot.
So the
Kind of all
steampunk.
over the place.
I guess the steampunk part of it is the carriage. Is that what you're saying?
The steampunk part of it is the carriage, and the Rococo punk part, because he's always dressed in 17th century upper
Stuff,
class garb,
finery,
and he's fighting with this stupid wig, trying to keep it on all the time, and it looks a mess.
I love it.
And this is supposed to be a horror movie, but it's comical.
Well, most
Maybe
horror
on
movies
purpose.
are if you can't
I
pull
don't
it off.
know.
That's funny.
But
It's
it
like-
was kind of great if you go in expecting it to be kind of bad.
Cool.
It's a great kind of bad.
I like
Great
this.
kind of bad.
This,
All right.
this will work.
Actually, I think I put that on my watch list on Prime on Prime because I was searching for steampunk because I just typed in steampunk to search for steampunk, and I think that's one of the ones that popped up. So it was, if you search
It's
steampunk,
like Sleepy Hollow.
Okay.
If the writers of Sleepy Hollow are like really high,
okay.
And you think they weren't already?
Let's just make the headless horseman the coin operated guy at the carnival that Anyway, yeah.
I mean, like
What
there's
carnival?
all these
Exactly.
supernatural elements, but in the end, it's kind of a Scooby Doo ending where all the bad guys are actually people.
It wasn't for the meddling kids.
But to get there, you've seen demons and you've fought with horrors and you've seen like the devil himself, and you're like, well, what was all that about? I don't understand.
Maybe
I'm
this
just
is
gonna
like
give-
some sort of weird computer game that tried
I'm
to
going to
turn
give
into
this part
TV.
away. I'm going to give this part away because it's not really clear when you watch the movie. Every time before you see like the over-the-top crazy demonic elements, everybody is having a drink of this local brew that's really good.
Okay.
Really
So-
good with LSD.
Apparently, in Eastern Europe, they have a local brew that's really good.
It makes you see things apparently. Well, you
Oh,
sold
yeah.
Jenny on it. She says you sold her.
No, I'm all sold on this. I want Thax to do more movie.
This is messed
And
up.
it's
Awesome.
Thax's movie review.
Okay, that means next week or next week I'm going to review.
About it. It was.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's kind of low budget compared to a big American production, but thanks to CGI and technology that we have, you can make a low budget film with really pretty good special effects.
If you know someone who's
pretty good, a lot of
That's
fun.
No pressure, Jack. No pressure.
I'm not a special effects guy. We're going to have to find a special effects guy. That is a completely different part of video editing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, next week I'm going to review a movie that I watched that had Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan in it.
Yes.
Oh, is it steampunk?
Steampunk.
Partially.
Okay.
Oh,
Good enough for me.
okay. That's good. Yeah.
I want to know what this is.
All right. So
Wait till next week.
Mine is not nearly as entertaining in the aspect of probably humor. But I found this really cool thing. I'm gonna share my screen because it needs to be seen.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, share my screen and share that screen. There.
Aha.
It should be seen. It should
Adding
be
to
black.
stream.
All right. So it's
Yep.
made by this team of people. It's 3 of them.
I see airships.
This project took 7 months. And
That's all?
basically you can relive the entire construction in a 10-minute time-lapse video of this
Oh, wow.
steampunk world in Minecraft.
Oh,
And
it's
we'll jump
Minecraft,
around
okay.
a little bit. Yeah, it's
Oh.
Minecraft. And you're watching them build it, which means that they had to set this camera from another player and have them slowly move over time as they're building this together. So, and they're taking screenshots each, like I'm assuming there's a computer program for that. But
Wow.
there's enough, like the amount of planning that went into this before they started is nuts. And there's 3 of the guys working this. And it is, yeah, I know, right? It is utterly nuts. And I'm just like,
Wow.
you can download this and play on it for free. I'll put the link in the description to the video here, and you can actually watch it. There's music and some other stuff. And you can download the world and play around in it yourself. And I'm just like, this is nuts. Apparently,
So Minecraft has gone steampunk,
yeah.
or someone's gone steampunk with Minecraft. There you go.
You can download this on the Planet Minecraft website, and these 3 guys also do other custom Minecraft builds on commission. Which
Wow.
I'm like, that's a job.
I've heard of that.
Who
job.
knew?
Like, I want to build something in Minecraft for money. And they have a Twitch channel, they have a YouTube channel. There's a website. Let's see, what's the name? They're a Paris-based trio that performs at steampunk events, including numerous virtual events over the past year.
Wow.
Yeah, they're up for a free online concert on, well, it's already passed May 15th. But Yeah, they did something for Victor Sierra recently, and that's actually what they were doing with this was during a Victor Sierra website or online. I can't come up with the right word. Concert. There we are. And so I found this. I'm just like, for our gamers out there would definitely appreciate it. I think people who aren't gamers can also appreciate just the amount of dedication and like planning this took to come up with a steampunk world in a game.
Yeah,
and
I
then
have
also make
no
it a
idea.
production to watch.
I mean, it looks interesting, but I really have no idea how long it takes to build anything in Minecraft.
You have
in
to
general.
place every individual block.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah. This whole thing where you can kind of see the character every now and then is nuts. But yeah, you have to place every individual block. You can't place more. There's no way to copy and paste sections of stuff.
Holy crap.
And every color is different. But they had
according
to have mapped this out ahead of time.
According to Mick Ryder, they have a steampunk skin that's pretty good. So apparently you can also just do a steampunk skin over your Minecraft. But that's different than this. I'm sure.
Well, the skin is basically a set. Basically, you're retexturing the blocks to make them look this way, and so that's cool. That makes it easier, so you can kind of already have a set of Legos, essentially, of the right colors you want to use.
You think that's what they're using to build this? Is the skin? Okay.
What they're using, they just reskinned a whole bunch of blocks to make them the colors they want. Mm-hmm. But still, I mean, just the amount of dynamicness. Well, depth.
This is. I mean, I didn't realize you had to take had to place each individual block and everything. That is a lot of work. Holy crap! Just watching this happen, that's a lot.
I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit because they get to the airships, and that
it's hypnotic.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
It's gorgeously beautiful just to watch these buildings.
Yeah, for those of you listening later on the podcast and not watching the video, I recommend follow the link that he puts up later because this is awesome to look at, just to watch it being happening.
You're watching these houses go up one by one, block by block, and just sort of growing out of nothing.
Right, and now we're watching an airship being built.
While in the air.
Which, I mean, obviously this was done not in survival. This was done in the creative version of the game.
Right.
But still, just the amount of thought process. They've had to have literally planned this out in some sort of CAD program ahead of time so they have something to go with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I play Minecraft and there's I'm looking at this going, this is stupid nuts.
Yeah. You definitely need to put a link up here because that's is that what you put? Yeah, you already did.
Right there,
But so those of you listening later and not watching us live, it is in the comments of this video.
I'm trying to also come up with. It's called the Aderlon Build Team, ADERLYON Build Team. So you want to look up Steampunk City Minecraft Aileron Team Build. You'll find it on YouTube as well. Yeah, this is a freaking boat with a city on it and a
right. This is awesome to watch. I can't stop watching.
Yeah, their skybox is nuts too. It's showing you the day and night cycles of this game as it's going, so you can kind of get an estimate. So a day and night cycle in Minecraft is 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes at night.
Okay,
and so you can tell kind of a time frame of how long it took them to do parts of this.
Craziness. All right. Well, there's the blimp. Wow. Okay.
Actually, I don't think it's changing. The sun looks like it might be static. Yeah, the sun's static. Never mind.
And another ship is being built underneath it. Yep. Okay. Yeah. We can watch this all night, but we should probably move on.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm moving on. But anyway,
I'm not sorry.
Just going into a trance over here watching that.
Right? Wow. Yeah. That was amazing. That was
everyone
amazing.
Go give them some love. They have a couple thousand hits already. I'm giving them another hit. Someone needs to give them another like. I'm at 399 likes on this video. This is a bad place to sit.
Right on the edge of 400, just teetering there, waiting for one more like. Wow, it's only at 400, so they haven't been there much longer. What did I just do?
It's got 20,000 views. Yeah, it was put up May 8th. Surprised actually it's got.
That was weird. I clicked on it and it shows it on our screen. Someone just said that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Oh, there's the link right there. Wow, I did not realize I can do that. Okay,
the power you have.
That's interesting.
For our audio listeners, nothing has changed.
Yeah, nothing's changed. I just clicked on the comments and it showed up on our screen, which I did not know it would do that.
Oh, the power you wield, sir.
I guess that's for like if someone's watching it later, like on YouTube or whatever, it'll pop up on there.
Pop up. Or if we're talking about it, you can have it pop up and show while we're talking about it if we're not
Yeah.
watching it actually.
Interesting.
But anyway, that's my bit today. For all the
That's a good one.
gaming side of Steampunk.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're coming up on an hour, so we should start wrapping things up. So you're saying next time we're going to have the person who runs Steampunk November. He's going to come talk to us. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. That is the plan. We're going to have Shane himself. I'm going to schedule a little better. If we're going to do it again next week, I'll hit him up and say, hey, we're actually going to be doing it next week too. Would you like to get on that one? Because I originally told him next week. So.
Right, because you were thinking every 2 weeks, but we're actually off schedule. We're off week. This is not our normal week.
Podcast within a podcast within the podcast week of a podcast.
We still got a few minutes. Kitty, you came on this show a little late. Did you have anything you wanted to present to us, or
well, have y'all already talked about the steampunk picnic at Dallas Heritage Village?
No, we have not.
I did see that.
I saw the invitation. But
that is going to be happening this coming Sunday. So very short notice, but it is going to be happening. It's a free event technically because the organizers are not charging anything. However, the Dallas Historical Society does charge $10 per person for entry onto their site. Yep. So get dressed up in your steampunk finery, come pay your $10 a person, bring a lunch, and everyone's going to be meeting in a certain garden that I have no idea what it is, but it's on the event page.
So the irony of this is that the original one that was held there was called Steampunk Invasion. So now
I went to that,
you're telling us to invade the heritage without it being a pre-planned event. This is great. Mavericks.
So it's this Sunday. Okay, so I have no plans this Sunday. You guys have any plans this Sunday?
I'm going.
It's Lex's birthday. I promised her we'd go have dinner with Cthulhu. I'm working details out.
Kitty, this is like up the road from your house somewhere. So
yeah, it's probably about 20 minutes away.
You're going.
Nice.
Well, unless I end up with a migraine or something, then I will be there.
Don't call it. Don't get its attention.
Or rain. Lots of rain. Hail.
Don't talk about the rain.
Are we not done with rain yet?
No, we're not. And as an insurance
summon tornadoes.
person, I've been dealing with nothing but hail claims since April.
Well, last weekend I had this tree in my backyard, and I don't know what came through my neighborhood, but it's a big tree. It's a good sized tree. I put a picture of it, but it's split.
Oh God!
70-mile-an-hour winds took out most of my backyard's fencing the other day.
Yeah,
so
my fencing was fine. My fencing's fine, but the only reason the whole thing didn't fall to the ground is because there was another tree next to it.
That caught it,
and it caught it.
Got you, man.
So I don't know. It's a huge chunk that would have fallen. So I have no idea. It's just kind of leaning. I don't know what to do with it now.
There's a particular type of tree, and I don't remember what type it is, but we have one, and that's the one that is split a couple of times on us. Like a fifth of this giant tree just went in high winds. And so if yours is the same type of tree, when they hit around 20 years old, all of a sudden they just start splitting.
Well,
it's just under so much stress of being a tree.
Yeah.
It's like
life is rough.
35. It's just
like
now.
I'm having a quarter life crisis. Goodbye.
I've hit too many rings. Goodbye.
Yes, I saw that video, Jenny. That was pretty funny.
I saw it too.
Yes, Jenny Lynn Shaver has a TikTok that it's really fun to watch. I recommend.
Send a link. We'll watch it. This has been fun. I'm so happy we finally get to do one again.
Yeah, no, there was no crazy weather. There was no
whatever
got you sick last time. Yeah,
I'm not dying. I'm so happy about that.
No food poisoning. That's the word I'm thinking of. There's no food poisoning out there. Yeah. But once again, we are going to try to come on next week so we can get back on our normal schedule.
Yes.
So that's our plan. That was our plan last time. It didn't happen.
She posted the link.
Look, just for fun of it, I'm going to show it on our screen. Ta-da! There it is. Okay.
You're not popular? Well, more popular. More popular than you were in a small way.
You probably have more watchers than we do, Jenny. I'm sorry to say, but we're working on it. We're working on it.
She's viral. Oh,
Yeah, she is. Says you know. Okay.
70,000 followers. We now have a
Nice.
target, gentlemen and ladies.
Wow. That's no pressure on me. Damn.
Nope.
Okay, guys. All right, so let's start wrapping it up. Okay, so thanks again once for everyone for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching us live. That makes it so much more easier and more fun. Thank you for joining us out of the blue, Kitty.
Absolutely.
You're welcome anytime. Let's see. Once again, we're going to remind everybody we now have a Patreon. The lowest is $3 a month. You know, but we call it the buy us a beer. You know, basically just showing us your showing us your appreciation. Soon there will be more content for slightly higher tiers. Hopefully we'll have some fun videos because that's the plan anyway.
That is the plan.
We're working on that. That's so far there's none available at the moment, so don't worry about it. What's that? Is that
Currently there's one tier open, and it's buy us a beer.
So I'm showing that on the screen. Hey, I found a new thing to do. That's our Patreon. Okay. Also, of course, we're on Facebook. This is the only thing we really have Facebook. So if you have any questions, comments, find us on Facebook, message us there, leave a comment. Anything's appreciated. If you have any steampunk events coming up now, which are happening, they're starting to come up. I mean, recently I saw I'm interested in the Curiosity show. What was that show?
The Austin Oddities Markets.
Yeah, Austin Oddities Market's a good one. I'm thinking about going to. There's one in San Antonio recently popped up. It's I forgot the name of it now. We're gonna have to get back on announcing events. which one of the
doing this?
Yeah, that's what we started out doing. is announcing events, but you know that ended because of COVID. But now it's starting up again, so we'll keep an eye on that. But there's stuff having an event like the picnic that Kitty just mentioned, up in Dallas or Dallas Fort Worth area. Where exactly?
In Dallas. In
Dallas, okay. But that's this Sunday. I'll try to get. Hopefully, I'll have this on our podcast feed before then. I dropped the ball on our last podcast. I did not put that on our listening podcast. Life got in the way. Anyway, so. You're going to get a double drop this week. I'm going to put last transmission and this transmission are going to be put out this week. That's the plan anyway. Let's see. Any complaints? Just find Twitter. We're on Twitter somewhere. Find us there. That's our complaint department.
All right.
So I think that's everything. Any last words, people? Everybody?
I'm good. Buy Steam Chest.
Buy Steam Chest. Fair Treasures. Do you have a website for your Fair Treasures or FC or something?
www.fairtreasures.com. Fair has an E at the end of it.
There you go. She has Renaissance clothes. She has clothes that could be adapted for steampunk easily.
Yep.
She will be at Steampunk November, I'm pretty sure. Jenny just said you're part of her.
A part of Airship Blackwell. Yeah.
Yeah, you're part of Airship Blackwell, so I mean, she'll give you some space, I'm sure. Or she'll work a deal out with you. Or something. But so I think that's enough for now. So see you next week, hopefully. If not, then definitely in 2 weeks. We're gonna try to get back on the regular schedule. That's our plan. So until next time, mind your gauges.
Mind your gauges.